All right.
Hello and welcome back to theKOPTALK.my. For you joining us at this very short notice, thank you very much for joining us. If you are not, please do tune in to the post show or watch the replay, the rerun. Cop Talk is resuming our season. Let's call it our season today after that long break where we had before the international break, where football took a break, club football took a break. So let me just introduce our guest here today. Familiar faces, you know, the guy that you've been seeing a lot more these days. From rumor has it, Mr. Dave B in the house, and of course my co-founder here, who is half having a hangover, I think, from the 3-0 win. The 3-0 win.
That's a good
A
catch.
3-0 win. Hangover, the 3-0 win. Mr. Puvarasan in the house.
Hello.
Oh, he's
Hello.
not using his online name today. I don't know why. I think he's feeling a bit shy to use the online name. All right. I'm going to invite our next guest here, all the way from across the border, from Singapore, the Singapore Koptalk that they have over there, Mr. Brian. Thank you, Brian, for joining us.
Wow,
That is
Brian.
one spectacular shirt you're wearing, mate.
That is bang on shit. My God.
That's a
One
bang
hell of a
on
retro,
shirt.
man.
I was wondering, three of us wearing the black, usual black, a lame
Are
black.
we owning
And then
I'm
or
wearing
something?
my shirt. I'm wearing Liverpool.
I was.
I'm with my usual band t-shirt.
Yep. Okay, so Brian, thank you for joining us on very, very, very short notice. So I really
Brian looks younger, right?
Yeah.
No,
I know.
that's just a sign that Singapore has gone back to work and he's had to have a clean shave.
No wonder.
No, it's Easter. The Easter.
Easter.
Oh,
Easter.
okay.
Easter.
My bad. My happy Easter to you
Easter.
then.
Yeah, happy Easter, Brian. So,
Okay,
Brian,
for
everyone
those
back
of you
to work in
watching-
Singapore.
Yeah, for those of you watching, please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and follow us. Okay, Koptalk.my, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter for more footy fan shows. We are back. We are gonna kick off our weekly routine starting from now. We're gonna have Footy Talk back. We're gonna have the All United show, Devil's Den, back as well, and we've got little something for our Malay speakers coming down the line as well, because we've got a lot of abang-abang, adik-adik who have been talking about, weh, tak faham bahasa lah, cakap bahasa Melayu lah, and we really heard you. We understand the language gap in a lot of areas across Malaysia, and we want to address that. So we're going to come up with that soon as well. So thank you. For those of you
Kalau sekarang pun nak buat bahasa Malaysia, boleh je. But the only problem, Brian is there.
Yeah,
No.
Brian is there.
You sure?
No problem.
Brian can
Sure.
No problem.
We can mix it. We can mix it. No issue.
We can.
Okay,
Sure we can.
so without further ado, we're going to keep this show, since it's our return show, we're going to keep it as short and sweet as we can. We don't want to go too much into this, but let's start it off with the review of the Arsenal versus LFC game. So let me ask Puva, who is still on a hangover because of the win. Puva, when was the last time we beat Arsenal back-to-back in the Premier League in one season? Home and away. When was the last time that happened? I really cannot remember.
Yeah, that's the problem.
One thing I still can't remember. Another thing, yes, I'm still hangover. So yeah. So I can't remember the last time we did double over them. Because
we have not done a double, right? In a long time, because we kind of win it really well in Anfield. And then we go over to Emirates, we either lose it. I think last season we lost. I think we lost, right?
2-1.
The season before, we actually drew them twice.
We drew.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think it's been a while since we've done the double over them, and considering the kind of season that it has been so far, for us to finally come up on the statistics to see that we have actually did the double over Arsenal this season of all the seasons that have passed. Last season when we won the Premier League and were the form of our lives, it just goes to show that even after the break, the 2 weeks or 3 weeks break, give or take 2.5 weeks break, it's still one wacky season that we've got it's not
It was
ended.
5 years ago. It was 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Jayshan
2016.
watching. Thank you, Jayshan, from
Ajay,
the Code
Ajay.
Red Show on Napshot. Thank you, brother, for watching. You'll never walk alone. Kishan Balan, who is practicing but not practicing football. I don't know what he's practicing.
Hey, Kishan, don't forget RHI. Yeah? Don't forget RHI.
I think He's answered our question here. 2016 is the last.
There you
Okay.
go. There you go.
Anyhow, I guess we didn't preview this show too much, but thank you for those who are watching. Really appreciate it. So we're not going to get maybe the number of viewers that we can get typically, but we hope that make sure people will probably tune in to the replay or something on YouTube or on Facebook. Let's get into it. Puva, your thoughts on the match, please. Let's start. It's too simple to just talk about the 3 goals. Let's talk about the first half. What did you think? Comeback of football? I mean, is the return of club football? Jota returning, to start. We played Fabinho in number 6. Okay, let's talk about the first half. What about the first half here?
No, both half we were the dominant side. Let's be real. I think we were on top of them in terms of position, in terms of chances created, especially in the final third. But I have to be honest here. It was shocking from Arsenal from the first minute until 90th minute. Not alone the first half. For me, I never seen Arsenal play that bad against us. Even the last time we beat them, 2016. I think the 2016 was the 4-3 win for us, if not mistaken.
Yep.
At Emirates. They played decent football back in 2016. But this game, they created literally nothing. The whole game, they created literally nothing. But I was worried when the game, the first half ended goalless, because usually when we are dominating the positions and everything, creating chances after chances, but there's no breakthrough, no end product, no goals. Knowing us, I thought we would bottle it in second half. You're not taking your chance. You are not taking your chance when you are on top of the game. I mean, when you are dominating the game, you should score. So it was frustrating, and I'm sure we all know that we knew it that Jota would come in by 60th minute or 60, 65, 70. But I credit to Jurgen Klopp. I think he sensed Arsenal not giving or not providing any danger to us, so he took the risk by taking out Andy Robertson, and then he played Firmino in the center attacking midfield role, and that would release the front three of Jota, Mane, and Salah. And right after that substitution, we scored. I mean, we deserved the win. We dominated them. But I think without Diogo Jota, we wouldn't have scored the goal. I think the man made the difference on the night. I think probably without him, we probably would have created chances after chances, but probably would end up goalless. That's the fact. I think the man is on form, back from injury. He scored 6 goals already, and and I never know Jota is that good when it comes to headers. I think for his height, look at the first goal. I mean, the cross from Trent Alexander-Arnold is world class. I think that's a typical of Trent Alexander-Arnold. But how Diogo Jota beat the likes of I'm not sure who was the defender for them. Gabriel, and another one. He outclassed both of them, and then he scored that goal. I think out of the 6 goals he scored, I think 5 headers. That's ridiculous. So I'm happy, but I would say that Arsenal was shocking. Arsenal was shocking for 90 minutes. They literally did nothing. I can't remember Abu Maya took a shot or test our goalkeeper on the day. So yeah, like Martin Odegaard, I can't remember he played actually on the night. I think total
Do
how
you
many
remember his
touches I can't
hairstyle?
remember.
Do you remember his
I
hairstyle? His
remember.
new hairstyle?
I remember. Yep, I do.
That's
I
the
do.
only thing I remember about him when he was getting substituted, I think.
Yes, exactly. So overall, I believe that we deserved it. I think we dominated the position. We created enough chances. We deserved it.
Mm.
But I think the 3-0 at the end, I think Arsenal contributed to that as well. They were shocking. They were. I would say that in my lifetime, that is only
They
few
didn't
football
just
clubs.
switch off, right? They didn't just switch
Yes,
off. They just went missing. They just
they
went
just
missing,
switch off like
right?
that. And in my lifetime, I would say that Arsenal Football Club is one of the club that always entertained me. They always provided me good football, even during Arsene Wenger's last 10 years that they label as average, but they still play good football, good attacking football. But that was shocking. That probably the worst day in office for Arteta, in my opinion.
Correct. Correct. Okay. Let's go to Brian.
Yeah.
Brian, let's hear your thoughts here on Fabinho and the position that he played. We have not really seen much of that, but somehow or other, if he gets into that role, he kind of stabilizes the game. He doesn't stabilize the midfield, the defense, whatever. He stabilizes the game, the tempo of the game, the tenacity of the game, the entire flow of the game. He kind of sets it into the right motion. What were your thoughts on Fabinho's contribution on that day?
Before I go into Fabinho, I think generally as a team, players returning to their regular positions uh, has made
Exactly.
a whole lot of difference.
Yep.
Having
Yep.
two centre backs that are natural also
Yep.
contributed. Um, at the very start of the season, I've said I've advocated for Reese and Nat Phillips, and I still do. I think Nat will go places. If it's not at Anfield, it's going to be somewhere else. That is for sure. And I think that Fabinho, where he plays, he always plays his best. And the thing is, as a holding midfielder, as a six, that's where he does his work. He does his work to the best of his abilities. And the thing is, we recognize his contributions as the genuine number six for LFC
Mm.
at the moment. Okay,
Mm.
I can't think of any other number six that has come across as good as he has been for the last what 6, 7, 8 years. Name me another number six that
For
has been.
Liverpool,
Yeah,
for Liverpool. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, for Liverpool FC. Name
Yep.
me someone that has been genuinely a real number six. We haven't had that. We had Allen, we had Gerrard, we had Henderson. Henderson filled in well, but he's not a natural number six. So the thing is, Fabinho has brought stability. It's just the way he plays. The aura that he genuinely distributes to the rest of his team. You can imagine having Milner, okay, against a young midfield of Arsenal. You know, he got to impose himself, and that says a lot for a 35-year-old to be able to impose himself.
Yep.
I'm not saying Arsenal is a very very good team. They're still on their way. Whether or not Arteta does um, well for the team and with the team, that is his prerogative. But I think that Fabinho allowed Milner. I thought Milner had a very good game.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yep,
I really thought for a 35-year-old, he was
yeah,
thoroughly
yeah,
impressive.
yep, he's right.
Okay, so I don't think he would have had the same impact without Fabinho being there to tell you, go ahead, I got your back.
Yep,
And then
yep,
at the same time, telling his defense, do your thing. I also got your back. So um, in the first half, it was a bit, although we had chances, we were still a bit tentative. And yes, Jota did make a huge difference coming on. He brought a sort of, that magic that you don't know what he's going to bring. So he's only going to get better at 23. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to get better. But the thing is, generally, in as a whole, Liverpool played very well.
yeah.
Didn't score till Jota came in, but we can't just, to say that Jota made the difference. I would say no. I would say collectively, um, Klopp is able to get his players back. And the thing is, Firmino back from injury, and he looked fresh too. He did look fresh.
mm,
You see,
yep,
his touches and all that came back. His. I think there was one where he did a half flick. Those things were missing from his game for a while, and we got to see the old Firmino, and I hope that he stays. With the rest that he has, he you know he has the impetus to finish the season on high. I'm hoping for Firmino to do that. So generally in the game, I thought Arsenal didn't show up. They didn't bother to show up. They just put players on the field, and it was depressing to look. I agree. It was really depressing. I was scratching my head. Was this the same team that drew 3-3 against West Ham? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. So, not taking anything away from Liverpool, but Arsenal were just as terrible. But with
Okay.
five away clean sheets, I think we are getting into the right momentum for a top four run in, as well as a good cup run in the Champions League.
Okay. Okay. All right. Not too many comments here for today, as we expected. Calvinder, thanks for watching. Calvinder, mate, all the way from Singapore as well. 4-0 to LFC. Habis bungkus Real Madrid. Yeah, let's bungkus them. Let's see what happens tonight. We'll get to that later. Linesh in the house. Linesh with his whole new look. I'm sure Puva had a blast with Linesh over the weekend. Thanks for watching, Linesh. Arsenal goyang. Arsenal goyang. Lawan LFC tumbang. Banyak wayang. Wow. Kishan is rhyming. I don't know what he's smoking over there. Dave,
yep.
let's go into this. Can we? Is it premature to say that now that Jota is back, we can finally put to rest a lot of the annoying concerns that we had and we went through, seeing it with our own eyes, all of us in our games, game in, game out, week in, week out, all the frustrations, that we went through, all the expectations that were blundered, in various unbelievable circumstances. You can ask Puva, you can ask everyone, and is it safe to say that we have finally gone into normality again? Now that Jota has come back to his fitness, full fitness. What do you think?
Before I go into Jota, I guess there's a concern about money as well in that sense, where he appears to have like inherited an unwanted title Firmino. It's all right to highlight a player struggling for form and confidence while also making an effort to understand why it has actually happened. But I think when Jota went missing in the last 3 months, where we were actually looking for a finisher, where we know what happened between Salah and Mane. There could be a lot of rumors. People could be imagining or even visualizing what could have happened in the dressing room or even in the bench between Salah and Mane. But I think everything is sorted out in the last 2 weeks in the international break, and as I said before the show, I was talking to all of you guys. Brian wasn't there. I think everyone is actually level-headed and they are actually focused. They are focused, and there is a significant uh, what do you call a chance. We could say um, it's like an edge. We have an edge right now where we can actually sit in the top four of the Premier League if we have that chance. We take our chances. We play the right players on the right. Like Brian said, when we have Fabinho back in the number 6, and we have Milner in the number 8, and Thiago doing his wonders at number 10, and we have the front three. Even I saw like what Brian said. Firmino back into his flair, and Salah Mane is actually having a sort of understanding. They're trying to make the thing go off from the mind of fans that we are still Liverpool players and we are still the best front three in the world. So we are not very sure of what is going to happen in the next summer or even in the next few months between Salah or even Mane. But what is really important at the moment is Jota has really been missing for us for the past 3 months, where we actually really, really needed a finisher. So uh, coming back to the question where we have now normalized. No, I wouldn't say that we have normalized, but this is how we play. This is how Klopp wants the players to put into perspective in the pitch, the footballing philosophy that he has. Whether he wants to play a 4-3-3, he wants to play a 4-5-1, or he wants to play a 4-1-1 with a double pivot, or he wants to play a front three, or he wants to play a 4-4-2, a diamond. See, whatever strategy or formation he comes up with, it's now the duty of players to get things right up there and get it executed well. And if we can go for that little edge that I said, that we still have that edge where the rest are actually slipping down, and we could actually take the chances. But with the right players and the right position in the pitch, this is what you get. We literally ransacked Arsenal. I'm not sure. Every one of us had like a question. Is this the Arsenal that we played in the last season, or even the season before, or even in the first leg? In the home match where we won 3-1 against them. Even they were poor in that match, but we have to have our focus right now, and with the Champions League preview we're gonna have in a while. These are the things that the players has to carry on doing it as usual. The football is back, so the rest. See, this is where Klopp were craving for. He was crying out. He was not crying out. He was actually giving a statement that the players need a rest. When you have a good rest, uh, uh, rest. You have that your mentality prepared for the next match or even the upcoming tournament or any cup matches. So that rest and that level-headed and the focus was all aspects were missing for the past 3 months. It was a horrendous 3 months, 9 matches. We lost 27 points. I'm not sure whether we have any draw games in between that. Yeah, Fulham 1-1. So we literally lost 29 points, and you can see the gap between us and City right now, which is 25. So you see what could have that you know, things changed for us in the past 3 months, but it is not too late for me right now, and they have to be normal. They have to normalize what they're actually doing right now, and continue doing this for the next 8 matches, and also the next what, 1, 2, 3, 4 matches of the Champions League round.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Dave. I think he said it, and he's pretty much covered everything about the comeback and how we really need to position ourselves going into the remainder of the season, especially starting with tonight. All right, where we are going to see the highly anticipated game, which even I didn't realize until like it hit me like, hey, we are in the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League, right?
Can you
Not
get
the
a
Mickey
better
Mouse.
draw? Can you get a better draw than this?
Yeah, yeah, and this is the UEFA Champions League. It's not the Mickey Mouse European League.
Yeah.
Okay,
You had to
I'm
do that.
sorry.
You
I
had to do
forgot how
that.
to. I
You
forgot
love
how
to
to
do that,
better.
right? You love
I
to do
forgot
that.
how to better. Okay, guys. I know everybody is thinking sweet revenge, sweet revenge, sweet revenge. I don't know if that's going to be the approach. Knowing Jurgen Klopp, when he goes into the knockouts, he tends to use both the legs of the match, okay, of the draw itself. He tends to go after a strategy where you'll end up the victor over two matches, over both legs, and not really set the win done in one leg, right? Ideally, I think he would probably want to see a fair result away from home, and at home where you go in for the kill, right? That's something like that. Or either way, the first match a draw, and a fair result, maybe not a draw, a fair result, because there's going to be away goals and whatever. A fair result, and then the second leg we're going for the kill. That's in my opinion how I think he's going to take it, because it's a game after game after game kind of an approach. So, Puva, your thoughts here. What do you think? What do you think? How do you think Klopp's going to line them up, and what's the strategy here going into Real Madrid? And considering, we've got some freshness to we've got the swagger back there with Jota and everybody, like what Brian rightfully said earlier. Brian said. Brian said. Brian said rightfully earlier that everyone's back in their natural positions. Really, you can really sense it that you've reached a point where the Premier League title defense is really realistically gone for some time. So the pressure
It's
is really
mathematically over.
over, and it's the pressure's totally off the shoulders. They just go and play and enjoy their football for the remainder of the Premier League games. So the Premier League games kind of acts as a booster recovery thing from the Champions League, with Champions League remaining the focus. So Puva, what do you think? How is Klopp going to line it up today? What do you think his strategy is going to be? What's in his mind?
No, yeah. First of all, I must admit that it feels good. It feels normal being a Liverpool fan right now, because we are in a we are in a, we have to admit that we are in a very good state right now. The goals are back, the clean sheets are back. Most importantly, the clean sheets are back. Players back to their normal position, especially that man Fabinho back to his natural position, number 6. And and by doing that, we also release the pressure from Thiago, and we can see how effective Thiago is when he play alongside Fabinho as a number 6. Um, I don't know how Jurgen Klopp missed it. I don't know why Jurgen Klopp took so long to realize Nat Phillips actually trustable. He should have trusted him a bit earlier. I don't know why. Yeah, end of the day, it's just a blessing in disguise. We end of the day, we can't be happy with injuries with those players. But I think the injury to Matip actually triggered Jurgen Klopp and the owners, and then we went on to buy two centre backs. And I think Kabak Kabak,
Mm.
for his age, he's only 20 years old. I think he's growing in confidence. I think he's enjoying and loving his life at Liverpool Football Club at the moment.
Yep. Yep.
When he got substituted against Arsenal that day, we can see how happy he was interacting with Jurgen Klopp on the touchline. So
Yep.
things look like back to normal. I don't want to curse it. I don't want to curse it because at the end of the day, this is Real Madrid we're talking about. Real Madrid we're talking about. We are when it comes to England, we claim ourselves as a royalty of Europe. And Real Madrid, they 13
They
times
own Europe.
crazy.
They own it. They own the
They-
entire Europe, right?
They are master. They are the master of the Europe. They are the godfather of the Europe. 13 times European Cup and Champions League winners. Their domestic form always goes out of the window when they play in the Europe. Let's get it real. That the last time, 2016, 17, and 18, when they did the hat-tricks back to back, the Champions League. If not mistaken, they never won the La Liga, right? They didn't win the La Liga on
I think
those
they did a
periods.
double in one of those.
One of the seasons they did it. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
one of
you're
the
right,
season.
man. One of the
Yeah,
seasons they
probably.
did it.
My
But
bad,
in
probably. But that's
most
the
of the
thing.
time they did not. Yeah, yeah.
Most of the time they didn't. Most of the time they won the European Cup. They actually never win La Liga. Their domestic league. That's what Real Madrid is all about. But at the moment, Real Madrid is is in a good form, especially that man Karim Benzema. I think it's going to be a good showdown between Benzema and Jota. I really hope Jota starts. I really hope Jota starts. Um, but to answer your question, how we gonna start the game? How we gonna shape up the formation? I'm not so sure. This is Jurgen Klopp. I hope he goes with 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3-1 to play all the four attackers. Means Firmino plays in the attacking midfield position, and the likes of Mane, Jota, and Salah there. Simply because I know it's a risk. I know it's a risk, but I think it's worth taking. End of the day, no Ramos, no Varane. No Rafael Varane. Rafael Varane missing due to COVID-19, and Ramos is out injured.
Yeah.
I think we need to pressure their center
Well,
back pairing.
I think Ramos out injured. We should ask them to postpone the match. We want him to play two legs. We want Magan to play legs. You play two legs, you bugger. You come to Anfield lah. You come lah. Tell him.
No, I saw a tweet just now that
Go ahead.
Real Madrid, the camp of Real Madrid actually worried because
Yes.
Rafael Varane has contact with few players, so they actually
Oh.
worried. They actually worried. Few
At
more
this,
players
the
actually.
rule says at this stage they'll have to forfeit, right?
No need.
No.
They can't. I think
I think 2 hours
similar-
before 2 hours before kickoff, if you
Yeah.
end up with at least 7 players with a potential strain of COVID, potentially, then they may postpone. But the postponement will be very quick. It won't be like 2 weeks later. Or,
They don't get the grace lah. They don't get the,
Yeah, they
the
don't.
grace for the COVID, right? Yeah, yeah.
yep.
But
The match
but
will be
Brian,
next year, right?
correct me
That's
if I'm wrong, Brian. I think
Yeah.
this season, in the group stage, I think involving Real Madrid as well. The Shakhtar Donetsk versus Real Madrid game.
Yeah.
9 starters from the Shakhtar side actually tested positive. The game still took place, and Shakhtar beat Real Madrid 2-0 on the night.
Yep.
No, but I think that it's they've gotten tighter with the
Oh.
situation. I think EPL we already applied this condition. I think Aston Villa had it twice. I think Villa had it twice. Then Fulham had it also once or twice as well. I'm very sure that in the next few hours we're going to know whether the game is going to proceed or not, because I'm pretty sure they had the rapid tests early in the morning, just to be on the safe side, knowing the situation that it is. So the results should be out in maybe in a few hours. or maybe in an hour or so. We
Yeah, I think
never
an
know.
hour or two. It should be
Yeah.
an hour.
No,
So then,
I really
Okay.
hope, I really hope the match will
Yeah.
go on.
Sorry.
I
yeah,
really hope.
of course.
Oh
You know,
man. Oh come on. They have to play. They
Come
have
on.
to play. Come on. They have
Yeah,
to
they
play.
have to play.
They have to play.
They have to play.
I'm
Come on.
gonna be naughty and say I love the fact that Milito and Nacho are playing at the back, because
Yes.
it's the right time to get a result in Madrid
Yep.
and then
Yep.
head home to Anfield and say welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
You know,
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
That's the reason I'm actually going with all four attackers. But at the end of the day, it's down to Jurgen Klopp. I think he probably would set up 4-3-3, playing the likes of Gini, Thiago, and Fabinho in midfield.
yeah,
And I'm not so sure about Firmino or Jota. I'm not really sure about it. I think Firmino looks fresh, as you said earlier, in the Arsenal game, back from injury, and for obvious reason, he never traveled. I mean, there's no international break for the South Americans, so I really hope all four starts tonight, but it's all down to the formation. If 4-3-3, we can't see all four of them. If 4-2-3-1, then there is a chance. But
Hmm.
with both Ramos and Rafael Varane is out, this is the best time to play them. You know, forget all this revenge
Yeah.
yeah,
from
Forget
the
it.
Salah versus
Forget it. I
Ramos.
agree. I
Forget
agree.
it. Forget it. Forget it. This is the best. I really hope the match will go on later on, and I'm confident. As I said, that it feels like it feels like a normal Liverpool fan right now. I'm excited. For the past 2-3 months, it's been really hard for me. It's been depressing. It's been, I mean,
What is
for
five? What is
for
five?
all no for all the criticism from the football expert, the so-called experts,
Yeah.
calling
Yes.
us as the worst defending champ. I mean, yeah, the worst champions ever. It hurts me. It really hurts me. So now we have an opportunity to shut all the haters, all the this negativity for all from all these football experts. Now we have an opportunity to actually end in top four. We have the opportunity now, and who knows? Icing on the cake. Win our seventh
Yep.
European Cup in Istanbul. You never know. We have a
Yep.
very,
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
we have a very good chance to go into the final. And when it comes to final, it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game.
Correct. Correct. Okay. Brian, your
yeah.
thoughts. Your thoughts on the match. You and Dave. You go first. Let's talk your thoughts on the match, and let's just go directly into players to watch. Players to watch. Hey, hopefully, I want the game to go on tonight, lah. So let's say the game is on tonight. So players to watch tonight. Brian, you go first.
I was looking forward to watching Hazard play, but he is not in the squad. So
Blow.
that's another sad thing. That um, I'm not sure whether the game is going to be entertaining. I'm just worried it will be a very draggy first leg. With Real Madrid being very, very tentative. Parking bars. They struggle against Elche, I think, where they won. Yeah. So Benzema would be one to watch. He's always had
Yep. Yep.
you know, um, a good scoring record against us. I don't know. Rodrigo.
Yeah. Rodrigo.
Yeah, he's another one to watch. And that it'll be interesting to see Melito play.
Hmm.
He could pick this match to get back into form. We would never know. Okay, we've been watching him for what, 3 years now? 3 years. Yeah, so
Yep.
he's another one that could arrive at Anfield next season if he doesn't get enough play time. So um, as for Liverpool, I'm pretty sure that Klopp is going to be a bit more reserved with his formation. I think Gini, probably Thiago and Fabinho might be in the middle.
Yeah. Knowing Jurgen Klopp, yes.
I
Yeah,
just want to say after that win that day, it just kind of feels like, oh, we finally got it right today. He goes and spins it around
No,
again. Oh my
no,
god, that's been the case all season.
we have to take into account we have Aston Villa next,
Mm.
and they are no slouch as well. If it were now any team in the EPL, we don't know what's the result going to be. We saw a freak result, West Brom.
Chelsea.
So
Yeah.
we don't know, but we also have to pay attention to the league as well, which Aston Villa is chasing for Europe. So with that in mind, that's the reason why I think he's going to be a bit more conservative with his formation. Um, I do not believe Jota will start. I think it will be the front three of Bobby, Mane, and Salah. Or Mane could be rested.
Yeah.
Then Jota would fill in. Okay. Um, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to play all four because he has Aston Villa in mind as well. And yeah, Milner. Well, he started. He started against
Against
Arsenal,
Arsenal, yeah.
so I don't see him starting. Yeah.
How
So
about Curtis
basically,
Jones? How about Curtis Jones?
yes,
Yeah,
he might get Curtis. Possibly,
possibility.
but
Yeah,
I don't. It'll be interesting, lah. Because I for sure Thiago and Fabinho are going to play.
gonna
So it's a matter of Milner, Genie, Curtis, or probably Ox. You might never know. You might just throw in an Ox. I know you all are shaking your head, but you might never know. Knowing Klopp, with the squad he has, right, he will just throw it all out and go with the most. I really think it's going to be a real drab first leg. I have this very gut feeling it's going to be a very draggy first leg. I don't know why. How interesting it may, you feel the euphoria after the last few results. You just think, I don't know why. I just feel that it's going to be a boring 3 o'clock fixture. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I highly doubt that. I
I
think
could
it's
be
going to
wrong, man.
be. I do think that it's probably going to be a game that has a result. As much as I want a fair result, going away, I'd want a fair result. But I do think there's going to be a result. I have some sort of a feeling like what you said as you started, how Real Madrid is probably gonna line up at the back, and what Puva has said today, and looking at what kind of news has been released, and you cannot lie. There's a lot of rumors out there, but you can't lie about COVID news. COVID, you've got to report. It's protocol. So when it comes to COVID, a player's been deemed that one. You've got to share it. It's a risk. So all parties are privy to the information. That today contributes to your strategy for your lineup and your formations. So I do believe that Klopp might want to take his chances at the end of the day, depending on all the information that he's received. He might want to take the chances and try to nick something, in this picture. It's just my thought. Anyway, Dave, players to watch from you before we go
Players to
into
watch.
and wrap up. Yeah, Dave.
Players to watch at Real Madrid will be a different front three: Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, Benzema, probably Asensio, most likely, Vasquez, and of course, my worry is just how Nathaniel Phillips and Kabak gonna come up against Benzema. The rest will be sorted out. Klopp will probably go with the same lineup that we had in Emirates. Bar Milner. Milner might be rested. That's what I think. He might have a go with Naby Keita at the number 8. He might go at Naby Keita at number 8, given that Varane and Ramos is not there. Naby Keita has the ability to break through the defenses and through the midfielders. He has that pace. I think Naby Keita looks a different animal right now. It's going to be a Thiago Keita show at Alfredo Stefano. So the front three, I think everyone pretty much predicted the same. If Mane is rested, Sultan will fill in, and we're going to see a whole new different Klopp's Liverpool tonight. See, Brian could see a drab driving stuff, but I feel that if we play Jota and Naby Keita tonight, if there's an all comes into a surprise into the lineup, it's going to be an interesting match. And I probably think that it's going to be a one-sided game where we might go on and dominate the game, given that Trent Arnold is just having that break from Gareth Southgate's England, and he's having that world class performance against Arsenal. I think he should continue. He should continue on the right way, and then come back and Phillips is there. I think Klopp will probably go with Naby Keita and Jota tonight. And player to watch for Liverpool, obviously Mo Salah.
Okay, yeah. Wait. Yeah. I almost forgot. There's one important player that we should pay attention to, and that's Modric. I forgot to. He is one. Yeah. He is the one that's going to decide how Madrid is going to play. Yeah. I'm pretty certain. Okay, when I say drab, when I say it's going to be boring, I think we can nick it, or we might do a smash and grab. But I do not believe it's going to be a very exciting game to watch.
Yeah.
Knowing the situation that Madrid is in, I would expect Zidane to actually be very, very tentative. So,
can we actually say that we're gonna make Zidane run out of his mind tonight?
He already got no hair. What Mairi to Gudigrand anymore? Nothing.
Thanks for the comments coming in. Syed Faris from Code Red and Azmilna, thank you so much for watching and commenting. We really appreciate it. We never know if Kota turns into a Buffon. Wow, that's quite a call out right there. Battle will be won in midfield: Thiago versus Kroos, Gini versus Modric.
Modric and Casemiro. Yes,
that's hey Azmilna, that's a very good comment there. Really something.
Yeah.
Real good stuff right there.
That's a good one.
All right, let's come into the most annoying part of our show, but as Side Files would say, is the bread and butter of the Napshot Code Red show. Predictions, my friends, and I know we don't want to predict. So I to all the viewers, if our speakers today go with fair results, please forgive them. Okay, please forgive them. So because I know Puva is still stuck in hangover, let's go with Dave B.
Like I said against Leipzig as well. I mean, in the board league, when we had that live, I said one aspect that's very important in this knockout rounds is the away goals. The most important thing tonight will be an away goal. A win, or whether not a win or a draw, we need that away goal precisely to bring back into the second leg, and I'm pretty sure that away goal, whatever number it is, 1 or 2, is going to play a big part in the second leg at Anfield. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win again for Liverpool, with probably Jota and Salah scoring.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's go to Brian. Before that, Syed Faris, roti and mentega. That's right, my brother. Roti and mentega.
I'm
vegetarian ini. Tu je boleh makan.
Lapar lah.
Rate there. He predicts 1-1. Said Faris prediction 1-1.
When even someone predicts, there's no zero there. So that means the away goal is really important in this match.
Really important.
I mean,
Correct. Asmilna says 2-1. Weh, 2-1. Lain macam lah, bro. Oh lama. Okay. Let's go to Brian. Brian, your prediction.
I don't know, smash and grab. I'm in two minds to think 2-1 and 2-2 and 2-2. I don't know. I'm leaning towards 2-2 because I know we will score. Wait. Seri, 2-2.
2-2.
Okay.
Alright. So Brian says 2-2. Alright. Encik Bulat, weh. Encik Bulat. Lama tak jumpa, weh.
Bulat.
Office lah, bro. Never see your office. Janji win. Alright. Logan, today match will be decided in the battle of midfield. You're right. Loga, what is your prediction? Loga? Before that, let's go to my buddy Buva, who really hates this.
No,
I
before
tell you.
Before I go to the prediction, I think I agree with some comments here speaking about the midfield battle. I agree. But imagine taking on that midfield of Real Madrid 3 years back. That's a nightmare to play against.
Wow.
Yep.
The midfield of Casemiro, Cruz, and Modric dominated Europe for 3 to 4 years. But
Yeah.
I think now we have the upper hand, in my opinion, and I think we will dominate that midfield tonight. And this is not a disrespect towards Real Madrid, but I think they are not good enough as Liverpool, in my opinion. Yes, we are missing our centre backs. They also will be missing the centre backs tonight.
Our current state in on paper, based on the Premier League table, is actually not showing our true caliber, right? Natwa? That's what it is.
Yes.
Exactly, right?
Yes. I respect Real Madrid as a club. This is not a disrespect towards them, or this is not an overconfidence or what. But I have a feel that we're gonna beat them tonight. I think all.
Buva says this win, it's going to be a convincing win.
I'm going for 2-0 Liverpool victory. And I think if we stop Karim Benzema tonight, we will win definitely.
Yep.
That man has been saving Real Madrid
Goal machine.
game. Yes, he's a goal machine. And he's been saving them week in, week out. Yes, Brian.
He's on a
34
different parallel, but he's like 11
still not someone you can stop.
Yep.
34 and still not someone you can stop.
Yes,
So,
respect him. He's 34 and he's playing someone like a 27, 28, the peak of a striker. So yes, but I think I think Fabinho gonna have. I mean, Fabinho is key tonight for sure. Fabinho is the key. Thiago, but I'm glad that large number of our players actually have experience in this stage in recent years. As I know that if you compare that to Real Madrid, they are much more experienced players, but they have lost some key player, like vital players. Like we all know that Sergio Ramos is so vital for them in European stage, vital for them. And there's no more Ronaldo there, and Eden Hazard is a flop for them. It's a flop for them. Doesn't matter how you want to justify that. It's 100 million flop for them. So they're going to rely on some youngsters and then some, experienced player like Benzema, Cruz, Modric. But I think if we fail to terrorize that centre back pairing of Real Madrid, Milito and who else? Forgot his name.
Nacho.
Yes.
Nacho.
Then if we can't do it tonight, then don't expect them to do it in the return leg. Simple as that. This is our best chance. This is our best chance to take on Real Madrid, and let's win it. Let's go and win it. I'm confident that we're gonna win it tonight. The prediction might go wrong. We probably would concede and probably would
Mm.
score 2 or 3. Like it could end up 2-1 or 3-1 or 2-2, as Brian said.
Mm.
But if I would be really worried if Ramos and Rafael Varane is in the starting 11. I admit.
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
giving this
exactly.
prediction based on their injury list at the moment. Like 2 key players at the back shows that. I mean, I've been seeing tweets saying that Liverpool are lucky tonight because Real Madrid lost 2 key players at the back. Hey, come
Yeah.
on, we have lost 2 key players at the back for entire season, literally. For the entire season, literally. So yeah, my prediction 2-0 Liverpool, and I think we are different. We are totally a different team in Europe. I mean, we've been having same kind of conversation like this when we are taking on RB Leipzig. Remember, we were all
Yeah, yeah,
worried
yeah.
and we dismantled them 4-0 over 2 legs. That's
Yeah.
that's what Liverpool
But
could.
to be honest, to do not take away credit from them, they are actually a team with a lot of caliber. They could really
Yes.
have. The score would have gone either way, right, Puma? It could have
Yep.
been an either way score.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
capability.
Yes.
you have to bear in mind that the team that we played in the second leg was the team played in the semi-finals last season,
Yes. Yes.
and
we are
we
we,
actually
we,
beat them.
we are we are dismantled a very good team, actually, a very good
Uh,
German team.
I think
uh,
Brian wants to say something.
let's not discredit Real Madrid. Real Madrid is a class above Leipzig 10 times
Yeah,
over.
yeah, fine.
You
Of
know,
course, of
you
course,
know,
Brian.
Real Madrid has a way of showing up when they want to, and I think that as I'm saying this, um, I really hope that your prediction comes true. I wouldn't mind a smash and grab. I really wouldn't mind, and being comfortable at Anfield, but somehow or another, I think it's going to be very, very tight, very, very tentative today because of the situation Real Madrid is. They're not going to be allowed to be open because of the circumstances. And the thing is, I agree. With Prem saying, there are a lot of predictions that are going to be a draw. Let's not discredit them because um, we are playing at Real Madrid, and they are the pinnacle of European football. Let's
Yeah.
not discredit that. Let them, if we salvage a decent result there, bring it back to Anfield and get the job done. That is the most important thing.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, few comments here. Premnath, thank you for joining us. 1-1 is his prediction,
Same.
and bring it to wrap it up in Anfield. Noga says here it's about who wants it more. Zmilner goes on to say, just make sure we play the players in the right position and we can do this. So this kind of sounds like how the entire season has been. We come out on a strong victory where everything kind of went right. We got a few things or a lot of things right in the decision making, and then we go into this game. We're hoping as Milner, but kita tengok, we see how he's actually going to
Now
come
I,
out.
wa- I want to add.
No, Sena, I wouldn't really actually say we are hoping because we are seeing the progress for the past 6-7 months, and we really know how that in the last 4 matches that really made a lot of difference. As I said, the players are really focused. So see that's one of the reasons that probably drive me and Pua actually saying that we can do this tonight against them, a 2-0 win. So I mean, hoping is too big a word, probably.
Now I want to add one more thing, that I think this season in the Champions League, I think few teams actually showed to the rest of the Europe that this Real Madrid team is not the team that they used to be. Like in the group stages, the likes of Borussia Mönchengladbach, the likes of Shakhtar Donetsk actually showed that Real Madrid is beatable. And against Atalanta in the first knockout round, I
Mm.
I honestly felt that Real Madrid were really lucky. I think the red card for Atalanta changed that game.
Yep.
The red card,
Yep.
the
Yep.
red card really changed the game. If not, it would have been a close game for me. So I believe that if the likes of Shakhtar, the likes of Mönchengladbach, the likes of Atalanta can actually had a good game against Real Madrid and got results. Come
Yeah.
on, we are Liverpool FC. We can do this. As I said that this is the best time to play them. This is the best occasion,
Definitely best time to
situation,
play that.
given the situation circumstances Real Madrid actually facing right now. The injury to Ramos and the COVID-19 situation with Varane, two very important players for them. I think this is the time to play them. And I
I
totally agree
agree.
what Brian said.
I agree.
I totally
I
agree.
agree.
I totally with him what he said. Yes, it could end up with 2-2 like what he said. It could end up with a defeat today. Touch wood, but that's what it is. That's what Real Madrid is. That I think that's the specialty of this game today. I think Real Madrid versus Liverpool should be a final, not a quarter final. I
Yes.
think
Yeah, yeah.
these two I think both of them have won a total of 19 European Champions League titles
Yeah.
together. In total, that's ridiculous. Shows that the top three of all time in the European ranking. So special game today. But
Okay,
that
okay, all right. I think yeah, definitely special game there, you guys. So good predictions. I promised our speakers here that we're going to go on for 1 hour, and today I'm going to make sure we don't go across 1 hour 5 minutes. Um, um, before we go into the last words there, let's just go through the comments for the guys really watching us. Thank you so much for watching. Bulat again looking at our current away record for sure. Win. Premnath here, the comment here. Fabinho coming back as an ex-Real player, got a thing to prove. Thiago running show European game and opposition he knows very well. Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
Fabinho and Alcantara today will be having quite an interesting game, considering the history.
and
The
Alcantara being the ex-Barcelona player for
history
sure.
is going to be really. He's going to
Yes.
go in there with the kill factor in his mind. As Milner says, but things are different as both Liverpool and Madrid don't have the fans behind them. Good point. Good point there. Good point there. Yeah, Premnath saying hi. Shout out to Dave. We are playing in Alfredo Di Stefano and not the Bernabeu. Exactly. So that's the thing. If you go back to even the CL final we lost a couple of seasons ago in the final, Salah got injured and all that. The team that we had was a gamble team. That means everybody had to play. They have to connect for us to really stand a chance against a real top class Real Madrid team that had a star-studded lineup. And I think what Puva is trying to say is today that's not the same Real Madrid team that we're going in to face. They're not. Even if they had Ramos and Varane starting, they're still not the same team. So that's why he's going back to the Atlanta game to remind everyone. The Atlanta game, of course, red cards caused a change in the game and all that kind of stuff. But it was a struggle for Real Madrid. I'm not saying that what Brian said. We're going to give Real Madrid the due respect. We can trust Jurgen Klopp to do that. He's not going to let the team go there and think, oh, so what? Ramos not playing, Varane not playing. What? You're going to have a field day? No. He's going to make sure that they respect their opponents. That's the Klopp way. And but I do feel we probably got a result here, and I kind of agree with Puva. I'm going to go with either 1-0 to Liverpool. I do feel it's going to be some sort of a 4-goal factor if it's not just a 1 goal. And I'm going to go with 3-1. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be tight, but I think there will be a breakaway factor because both teams will want to go at each other. They will want to go at each other. It's the knockouts. It's the quarterfinal. You cannot simply leave it unless you're both teams. I mean, now then we don't start Salah and Mane. Then we are saying that hey, let's go in for a fair result, and I don't think that's what Klopp's going to do. I think he's going to try to take his chances. So let's see what happens. European royalty.
And there's no Gareth Bale tonight as well.
No Gareth Bale.
Well, he- he's playing golf at the moment.
Yeah.
There's no. I don't know. I don't know if Syed Farid is watching. There's no carriers as well for Real Madrid to think about.
I think Saifaris is there.
I think if we look back at Liverpool as a whole since the millennium started, where we go into the knockout stages, right? Everyone is, no matter how
Yeah.
bad our form is, right? They always don't want to play Liverpool Football Club. And I
Of
think
course.
when Real Madrid got the draw, they were really scratching their head. Oh shit! What have we got ourselves into? Not again. Liverpool in the knockout stages is scary as shit. If you look at the results, right? If you look, I think we've only missed the quarterfinals. I think once.
Yeah.
In
Last
since
season, was it last season? The
only
season,
once.
yeah, last season. Yeah.
We are either quarterfinalists, semi-finalists most of the time, or finalists. That kind of pedigree we have
Hey,
in
come
Europe.
on! Don't, Brian! Don't say we are semi-finalists most of the time. That title
No.
belongs to Ole Gunnar
Oh
Solskjaer.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Sorry, my bad.
All the fans
Yeah.
out there notice that's not fair to them. That's the only thing they're going to have this season. The title must remain at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Anyway,
We're not gonna come at you. We're not gonna come at you.
I don't know. There's been no activity of football. We've got to start it with banter again. We love our United
Yeah,
fans. That we love. It's all friendly banter. We won it with so good team in 2005. Just saying, bro, that was a team with Jimmy Traore. How can you say it's not so good? Hey, come on.
Hey guys,
Okay.
I got
Anyway, you guys.
I got a quick question. What do you think gonna happen between City and Dortmund?
City.
City.
Walk in the park. City.
Okay,
City.
fine.
Walk in the park.
Walk in
I
the
wouldn't go
park.
that far.
No, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Look at
Neither am I.
Dortmund's
Walk in the park
Dortmund's form.
is at Etihad.
Yeah, they're playing at
Doesn't
Etihad.
matter where. Now the first leg is Etihad. Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Could we actually possibly see them in the semi-final or no?
No. Who?
Or are we drawn? Again?
No.
I would want
We'll
to.
meet Porto.
Avoid. I would want to avoid City in the semi-finals. If you ask
We'll
me.
meet Porto in the semis.
We will meet
Exactly.
Porto in semi.
Porto,
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll meet
I
Porto
like
in the
that.
semis.
I like that.
I don't want to meet City in the semi. I swear to God, I don't want to meet this City team. Kevin De Bruyne is proving that actually silently he's the freaking best player in the world right now. That's unsung. Okay, it's unsung, and this guy is ridiculous. So I don't wanna face City. I don't know. Anyway, let's take it a game at a time. First leg, Real Madrid versus Liverpool happening today 3 a.m. Time, Singapore time. Let's hope for a favorable result, but more importantly, all of us are going to get up and go back to work tomorrow
Come
after the
on.
match. So let's hope it's a good game. Whatever said and done, it's a good game. A lot of emotion, and it's as what Premnath said earlier. This is the European royalty match of the matches. Okay, everybody knows that this is the clash of European royalty happening tonight. So may the best team get a win, but whatever happens, there's still a second leg to go through. So I hope that everybody stays up and watches it. The cup will be back the next week. If it's not this weekend, we'll be back the next week talking about the Premier League again. Everything's going to come back. theKOPTALK.my is going to come back to talk about the rest of the rest of the tournaments across Europe, and we're going to have a rumor has it by Dave B. Those of you fantasy football, all of you fantasy football fans, please tune in to Rumor Has It by Dave B. and Kishan, and also Devil's Den. Devil's Den's coming back as well very, very soon for United fans, and we're going to have an all Bahasa Melayu show very, very soon. So guys, I would like to say thank you to Brian, thank you to Dave, and thank you to Mr. Puvarasan, who hopefully has sobered up at this current point of time. And or at least he sobers up by the time the game starts. So I will be back. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. This is the Cop Talk. You'll never walk alone. Real Madrid tonight. Real Madrid is
Oh,
going down. You are going down, Real Madrid. I'll see you guys. Have a good evening. Bye.
yep, yep.